Our previous session, we studied about how to add and subtract like fractions. In our today's lecture, we are going to study about how to add and subtract unlike fractions. So let's start. We'll start with an example. Suppose the unlike fractions are given as 2 upon 3 plus 1 upon 6. Here, as the denominators are different, they are unlike fractions. And we are already told that we have to add these fractions. So considering these fractions, let's take a strip. Suppose the strip has 3 equal parts, from which 2 parts are colored. So the equation will be 2 upon 3. Now what we will do is we will divide these 3 parts into 2 equal parts. So the strip will look like this. So here we get 6 equal parts, from which 4 parts are colored. So the fraction will be 4 upon 6. Looking at this fraction 4 upon 6 and 2 upon 3, we get to know that 4 upon 6 is equivalent fraction to 2 upon 3. So in spite of 2 upon 3, we will be using the fraction 4 upon 6 with 1 upon 6. So the equation will be 1 upon 6 plus 4 upon 6. We got our like fractions. After this, to solve this equation, our next step will be 1 plus 4 upon 6. We kept the denominator same. The answer to this equation will be 5 upon 6. This is how we are going to solve the unlike fractions. Here, in this example, what we did is that we converted the unlike fractions into like fractions. Then the equation was performed. So, to perform any equation, we have to see that the denominators are equal or not. If the denominators are not equal, we have to convert them into like fractions. Let's take another example. Suppose the fractions are 2 upon 5 plus 3 upon 7. Here again the fractions are unlike fractions. So what we are going to do is we are going to convert these denominators and these fractions into like fractions. So we will observe the denominators and we will write the table of 5 and the table of 7. Why? Because these two are the numbers which do not appear in any of the table, whereas they appear in the table of them itself. So the table of 5 and 7 will be written as 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 and 50. This is the table of 5. Now we'll write the table of 7. 7 ones are 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63 and 70. Now observing in these two tables, we see that the number 35 appears in both the tables. So in the table of 5, 35 appears at a place of 7, whereas in the table of 7, 35 appears at a place of 5. So we are going to use these two numbers 7 and 5. So the fraction will be carried as 2 into 7 upon 5 into 7 plus 3 into 5 upon 7 into 5. Now we are going to carry out the equation. 2 into 7 is 14 upon 5 into 7 is 35 plus 3 into 5 is 15 upon 7 into 5 is 35. Here we got our denominators equal. That is, we converted our unlike fraction into like fraction. Next, we are moving forward with our equation, that is 14 plus 15 upon 35. So the answer to this equation will be 29 upon 35. This is how we are going to solve the unlike fractions. Now we'll take another example for better understanding. Suppose the equations or the fractions are 4 upon 7 plus 5 upon 14. In this fraction, we see that they are unlike fractions. And observing the denominators, we get to know that 14 is a number which appears in the table of 7. So we will just change this fraction so that it gets converted into like fraction. So according to the table of 7, 14 appears at a place of 2. So this fraction will be multiplied by 2. It will go like 4 into 2 upon 7 into 2 plus 5 upon 14. The next step for this equation is 4 into 2 is 8 upon 7 into 2 is 14 plus 5 upon 14. Here we got our denominators equal. So we are going to do our next step, that is keeping the denominators 1, we are going to add 8 plus 5 upon 14. So the answer for this equation will be 13 upon 14. This is how the unlike fractions are added. Next, we are going to learn about subtracting the unlike fractions. We'll first here also convert the unlike fractions into like fractions. So for example, suppose the fractions given are 5 upon 6 minus 2 upon 5. Here, the unlike fractions are supposed to be subtracted. Now, 6 and 5 are the numbers which don't appear in any table together. So, we are going to write the table of 6 and 5. So, the table of 6 will be written as 6 ones are 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, 60. And the table of 5 goes like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Now, in this table, we will find out a number which appears in both the tables. So, the number 30 appears in the table of 6 and in the table of 5. So, we are going to take the place of these numbers. That is, in the table of 6, 30 appears at a place of 5. Whereas, in the table of 5, 30 appears at a place of 6. So, it will go like 5 into 5 upon 6 into 5 minus 2 into 6 upon 5 into 6. Now, the equation will be carried as 5 into 5 makes 25 upon 6 into 5 makes 30 minus 2 into 6 makes 12 upon 5 into 6 makes 30. So as we got our fractions as like fractions, what we are going to do is we will keep the denominator same and carry out the equation, that is 25 minus 12 upon 30. So the answer will be 13 upon 30. This is how subtraction of unlike fractions is carried out. This will be all for today's session. Thank you.